Welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm Kevin Devecioglu, your host. I'm welcoming you episode 117. And today's number is 33. That is the global business process automation market is expected to be $33.4 billion in 2032. And quote of the day: mistakes are the stepping stones to wisdom. We learn from trial and error. We become wise by understanding problems. Thanks to our partnership with missionstatements.com. Great. Well, we have a great guest today. Let me invite our guest to our virtual stage and let's get the conversation started. All right, perfect. Hello, Reaz. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thank you very much. How are you? It's very nice meeting you in the American Business Podcast.
Thank you for having me. Very nice to meet you as well, Kevin.
Pleasure is all mine. How are you? How is your week going so far?
Week is good. Good. It's a little cold in New York area, but things are good.
Yes, I'm also in New York metro area, and I agree with you. So it got a little warmer compared to a couple of days earlier, but still it is cold. So it's good for the holiday season and the spirit, but it's really cold. So we need to protect ourselves.
Absolutely.
Well, so I'm actually really curious about your professional experience, and our audience, I'm sure they're also ready to hear from you. So maybe we can get started. As a start, would you please introduce yourself and your company to our listeners and to our viewers?
Yeah, I run, and thank you for that question. I run the company called Synergy Consulting. We are a full end-to-end service provider on the technology and marketing front. I started the company about 12 years ago with my business partner, and we do mostly tech and AI automation, from building apps to websites to actual automation is what we started with. And now we are moving more into content automation with AI.
So how did you get started? Can you tell us about your career journey, how your career journey has unfolded over the years?
Sure. Well, I got really lucky when I was in college. I was able to do some research on some technology. I wrote a few books while I was in college. I went out and worked for companies like GE, and back in the day, if you remember Netscape, I was working for them. Then I worked for a couple of other startups right off the bat. Worked for Cozon.com from CompUSA. I worked for a consulting company here in Stanford for 10 years as a CTO. And then I thought I would start my own company. I was always a entrepreneurial person, and that's how I started Synergy Consulting for the last 12 years.
When you look at your day-to-day work, what are the exciting and challenging parts of your work on daily basis?
The exciting part is always, dealing with clients, finding new clients, opportunities, dealing with folks who are tightening their budget, making sure they're always optimized. That's always a challenge. Also, I am a person who cannot do everything by myself, so I have to manage people. And people management is probably the hardest thing because in many ways, I'm a perfectionist. And, when I'm producing something, I'm putting my company's name and my name with it. So things have to go right.
Can you tell us about the state of the technology industry that you are in?
Well, you know better than anybody else, technology is always moving and always changing. We are seeing dramatic changes right now. Things that used to take longer time is taking less time. So clients are expecting more result for less, investment. So definitely technology is moving very, very rapidly. Things are evolving in many ways in many different areas, AI, robotics, and so on and so forth. And I think companies that used to do just pure software development, they have to pivot like we have to change the way they used to service clients or develop applications.
Well, you just talked about AI. So that was actually my next question. How do you see the impact of AI on business nowadays?
It's sort of like asking somebody, do you have a cell phone? This is what AI is going to be. If you don't know how to use AI, you're going to be one of those folks who are going to be left behind. Today, you cannot think about not having a smartphone because everything is on a smartphone. So AI is going to be your everyday companion. How you use it is what's going to make a difference. Everybody has a smartphone, as I said. How you use your smartphone is how you make progress in your career or day-to-day life. AI is going to be one of those things where individuals who know how to use AI, they're going to be ahead of the curve. If you're afraid of AI, you're actually not doing justice to yourself. So you have to learn how to use AI and not be afraid of AI.
I love your approach. Similarly, I had a podcast interview with another expert, a technology leader, back in August, and he said one thing for those trying to understand AI: whether you learn AI or someone else will take your place who knows how to use AI. So, just to your point, just to support your point, looks like that's the way to go. Um, well, as a business owner, what are the best marketing practices that you have been seeing that brings you the highest ROI nowadays?
Well, the days of putting ads on a content, those days are in my opinion are the old ways of doing things. Now everything is organic content. Social media is now has changed to interest media. So social media is one of the best way to market your product and services. Also, TikTok has become a big part of everyday lives for many people, from services companies who are going live to talk about their services and having that personal branding. Uh, Marketing is now becoming a lot of personal branded approach. So founders cannot be behind the scenes and not do, like I'm doing a podcast right now, so that people get to know who I am and building the trust. So marketing these days are becoming more about, how authentic and how consistent you are be using social media, because social media is part of life. But there are other techniques that you would have to use, which is creating that relationship with that client. Those old ways are still there, but approaching the client so they can see you consistently. It takes 7 or 8 touch points for somebody to make a decision to work with you. You have to have that organic content mindset. And organic content mindset starts from on social media, because everybody's on social media.
From your point of view, how would you define leadership and what are the great leadership qualities?
That's a very important question, because leaders, the right leaders, they lead with examples, right? If you have never ridden a bike and you're asking, "Hey, go fast," and you have no experience, you have no idea what uh, challenges they're having. So leadership starts from experiencing what the other person have experienced, and lead by examples with compassion and no fear, because if you use fear, the person has a choice to leave you. So I like to use leadership, or I like to be a leader who leads with examples, with compassion, and making sure that, what happens if this person doesn't show up to work. Can I do at least, maybe not the 100% they're doing, but maybe 60%? So I have to know what's happening within my organization and not be blinded because somebody might decide to leave or whatnot. And always leaders have a backup plan. You should have a backup plan if you want to grow your company. So you need to figure out how, so when things do not go right, what are the things that you need to do to pivot. And great leaders are always have their ears on the street. So great leaders have that vision that things are moving this way, and we're going to pivot the company, or we're going to pivot our team, and we're going to be doing it in a cohesive way. Another very important thing I think about as a leader is to keeping your team motivated, especially when things are not going well. When things are not going well, you have to make sure that you don't let the team see your frustration, see your fear, because in a business there's always going to be change, and this change, the experienced leaders know how to deal with that change, and don't let the team that are looking forward to leadership, the right leadership, they don't get rattled by those change.
If there is one key career lesson that you learned the hard way, what would it be that you can share with us?
Change is constant. Change is constant. Things don't always, uh, you have a plan A, but unfortunately there could be plan B, C, D. As long as you know the goal, you're going to get there. So the best advice I would give is be open to change, because if you're not open to change, you're going to be completely done for within your career.
Sometimes in business, things that they don't go in our way. And in those times, in times of challenges and hardship, how to stay motivated and inspired?
I think every challenge, for example, now we're dealing with AI and people are worried about jobs and so forth. Every challenge creates opportunities, in my opinion. The only way to stay motivated is to know that if there's a change, or if there's problems within the industry, there's somewhere else the opportunity is starting. So going back to what I was saying before in terms of pivoting, if you are ready to pivot, if you know that pivoting is going to make the difference, this is where the visionary concept, the visionary mindset comes in a stressful time when things are changing. There's another door that's opening, and you just have to be one step ahead of that door, and you have to have your ears on the ground. It cannot be blinded by saying, what, this is what I've been doing for the last 15 years and this is what I'm going to be doing the last 15 years. It doesn't work that way.
What are your biggest interests outside of work?
I traveled to 44 countries. I love traveling. I'm actually mentoring a travel company right now, and they're in the jet lag world. It's called Uplift. So I just love traveling, and I enjoy going to different places, eating different food and meeting new people.
I love it. I love it. Well, is there a book, a show, a movie that help you shape your career perspective over the years?
Well, the book that I will recommend, because I'm a very spiritual person, is The Secret. Rhonda Burns. I'm sure you know this book. It's Thought Becomes Things, the law of attraction. Law of attraction plays a big role in my life. I've been very, very lucky and fortunate that I was able to come to this country and started from nothing. I was very fortunate that I was able to speak at conferences when I was a 19-year-old kid, in college. And I think that particular book really opened my eyes in terms of, obviously that book was not written at that time. I discovered it later on. But the things that are written in that, I was already practicing it when I was a very young man. So that book taught me about, good energy, good vibration attracts people. Happy people attract happiness, not other way around, that you look for happiness and you become happy.
Yes, you need to surround yourself with happy people.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes, that's a great approach. And positivity is contagious. So when you have these positive people around you, you're in their world, right? The positivity. So that definitely helps. I
Absolutely.
love it. Well, what is the best career advice and the worst career advice that you ever received?
The best career advice is, there is no such thing as I'm too old for something. That is the best career advice. You can start a company tomorrow. If you're 55, you can start a company. You're 21 and you just got out of college. It is about timing. It is about skill set. It is about how much risk you can take. And the other one, I know you asked for one. The other one is tolerance.
Yes. Oh, yes,
if,
yes.
if you want to be successful, you have to be tolerant to diversity and adversity, right? So if things are not going well, like we are talking about, and you give up as soon as you stop, you give up, right? And and uh, and and the company goes nowhere. So this is when you have to have the tolerance, that how long can I stick around for things to get better, and that's very important. The worst is go get a job.
Well, in this podcast episode, so this is our 117 episode today in the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. Is there any question that you expected me to ask you, but I haven't, or I didn't ask you?
You pretty much asked all the questions, but if there's one thing that I would say to young people, right? And young people, I mentor a lot of different founders and so forth. One of the things is that be realistic. If you think it's going to take 12 months, expect 24 months. And that's going back to being patient and tolerant. It's very, very important. I see a lot of founders, they give up too early and they're unrealistic. They have $1 billion idea with $500 in their bank account, and they think they're going to just go viral tomorrow with a video. It may happen, but 9 out of 10 times it may not happen. So what is your plan B? If you really believe in something, then you have to figure out, can I survive for 24 months without a paycheck?
So in the podcast, we have a new tradition that we started earlier. So we have a question from our previous guest, and previous guest asking you, are you happy in your current business?
Well, I'll tell you, happiness is very subjective, right? And as a business owner, you always go through that happy, unhappy mind, happy and unhappy time. In my opinion, right now, I'm happy because I'm seeing a lot of opportunity. But if you asked me 12 months ago, I was like, okay, what do I do now? Because things are moving so fast, right? So uncertainty makes you unhappy. Hopefulness makes you happy. So at this time, I'm very happy that I'm very hopeful that things are going to change for better, because the last 12 months, we really adapted to new things. I think a lot of companies have, and pivoted because we had to.
And what question would you like me to ask to our next guest in the American Business Podcast?
Sure. If you had to do it all over again, would you do it again?
Okay, we'll make sure to ask that question. And to our listeners and viewers, if you like to get the answer of this question, stick around and we'll make sure to ask this question in the next episode. What is your career advice for the next generation business professionals?
Business is hard. I know I said the worst advice was get a job, but some people are not ready to be a business leader, right? Some people are not ready to go through that 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't take no for an answer.
Well, as we are coming into the new year, what are your expectations from the new year, and any predictions for 2026?
Well, we're going to see a lot of AI, usage. Unfortunately, we're going to see a lot of layoffs because people are not going to want to adapt to AI and they're going to lose their jobs. I think companies are going to become a lot more smarter. They're going to want to use AI and reduce cost, as I mentioned in the beginning of the podcast. So you have to pivot to that. And I think that my prediction is that a lot more people are going to be able to take advantage of that and do double the amount of work. And a lot more companies are going to expect that you do double the amount of work for the same salary.
Well, in the American Business Podcast, do you have any questions you would like to ask me?
Yeah, so you have been speaking to a lot of business owners. What are the patterns you have seen in the last 24 months, especially companies that are struggling?
Yes, so that's a great question, and to your point, yes, I'm learning a lot from business leaders. I mean, I wasn't expecting this much of massive, great information. Honestly, I was expecting pieces, but this is just gold. So just to summarize in general, so but those who really made it, or who is really doing well, they are great leaders. That's what I'm seeing so far. So those companies, they don't have a great leader, or those entrepreneurs or business owners who are not great leaders, they are not doing great. That's what I'm seeing. So also, to just like you addressed earlier in terms of leadership, like the humility, being kind, being open-minded, and constantly learning. Keeping the open mind, learning in some form, from books, from movies, from others, but just keeping the open mind. I think those who just keep that open mind and think of them as a student, no matter what how old they keep learning and they keep taking their company to the next stage. That's what I'm seeing. And this is not easy. I'm just summarizing here with just a couple of sentences and words, but this is a lot of work. And that's a massive mind shift change that they need to have. Sometimes I need meet with business professionals, not in the podcast, but in general networking, for example. They say they don't want to learn new things. Well, that moment you're out of business already. This is just a matter of time when it's gonna be. But just you just close your mind, your ears, your eyes to new things, and you don't want to learn. That's pretty much the end of it. When it's gonna be really end is just a matter of time. But this is a better example. And sometimes we learn from bad examples, not always the good examples. So you see what not to do, and you don't do it, and then it helps you. So in that sense, it's that's why we created the American Business Podcast. We have been around less than a year. I mean, you asked me the question for the last 24 months, but we haven't been around for 24 months as a business podcast. It's been 10 months, I must say. So, but this is our 117 episode, so we are learning a lot of things. And the good thing is there are great leaders in the American business, and such as yourself. I mean, I can tell from the insights, and your professional wisdom is really enlightening. And these journeys, these lessons, these stories that we are learning from American businesses is really important that we learn from them, we understand, and we apply in our businesses, whether as a business professional or an executive or an entrepreneur. These are great information that we need to address. And most of these lessons are coming from small and mid-sized companies, not necessarily Fortune 500. That's what I'm seeing too in my experience so far. It is because there are millions of small businesses in US, and that's the backbone of US economy.
Yes.
So that's the long answer, longer than I was supposed to, but there is a lot to talk about. But you asked a really great question. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, and that's very impressive that in 10 months you were able to collect so many individuals to come and talk to you. I mean, that's a privilege, in my opinion. I mean, I am envious that you are now connected with so many different people. Don't be shy if I send you a message, in the near future, Kevin.
Anytime.
Introduce me to this business leader.
Absolutely. That's actually our goal. This is a community that we are building. That's this American Business Podcast. That's a community, and these connections are important. And just like yourself, any business owner or a business professional come to these podcasts has a certain set of mindset. That's what I have been seeing. They all like to learn, connect, improve themselves, continuous improvement. So absolutely, I definitely welcome anytime. Let's stay in touch. And we can have a separate conversation as well. And I love to definitely stay in touch and cooperate. This is really important. And that's part of our mission too in the American Business Podcast.
Great. No problem, Kevin. I really am privileged that I was able to talk with you. A very good insight. And I hope my conversation helped at least one individual who will be listening. And you're doing a great job, Kevin. Thank you so much for inviting me to have this conversation today.
Of course, that's my pleasure. I'm humbled. And before we end the episode, would you like to tell us about your contact information? Those who like to continue this conversation, who like to be in touch with you, what would be the best way?
Absolutely. I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn, but you can also find me on our website, synergyconsulting.us. And I will be happy to talk to anyone who needs any help on social media automation, AI automation, and so forth.
Yes, thank you so much for being with us in your busy schedule. We truly appreciate the sharing of your professional insights and wisdom with us today.
No problem. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you. I wish you and your family a happy holiday season and happy New Year.
You too. Thank you.
And looking forward to being in touch. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Well, to our audience and to our listeners, we'll be right back after a short break. Thank you. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Reddit. Do you know the biggest challenge nowadays for American small businesses? there is visibility. That's why we partner with Reddit for Business. Reddit has more than 400 million weekly visitors. Furthermore, Reddit is reliable. Reddit is the number one source for real reviews on products, services, and brands. There is a promotion going on. When you spend $500, you'll get $500 in ad credit from Reddit. True story. I am a Reddit user. Anytime I need feedback or review for a product or service, I go to Reddit. I get the real answers, real feedback from real people, from Reddit communities. Scan this QR code and sign up for Reddit advertising for your business. Get the visibility for your company, your products, and services. Scan the QR code and sign up today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Brother. From large companies to small offices, Brother has powerful printers and all-in-ones for your growing business. Scan the QR code and find the best printers for your needs. When you scan the QR code, you can see the entire collection, business office equipment collection of Brother USA, and pick the one that you like. You'll find printers, labels, toners, all-in-ones, and other office equipment available on Brother website when you scan the QR code. Scan the QR code and start shopping for Brother office equipment today. Thank you for your support. Support for the show comes from Yelp. You know, I've been talking to more than 100 business owners in the American Business Podcast. Do you know the biggest problem for small businesses nowadays? It is visibility. That is why you should sign up and list your business on Yelp for Business. I have the QR code on the screen, and when you scan the QR code, the form will show up on your screen and you can sign up on the registration form. It comes with free trial with no obligation. Make it easy for your customers to find you. Do you know there are more than 70 million customers visiting Yelp website looking for services from businesses just like yours? Restaurants, home services, professional services, and many other businesses are being searched on Yelp on daily basis. That's a great opportunity. If you list your business on Yelp, you'll be findable, searchable, and you'll be visible. When you are visible, when your customers are able to find you, you're in business. You can get opportunities, you can get leads, you can build a healthy and profitable pipeline. Consider Yelp for Business. Scan the QR code, sign up, and start your free trial. It comes with free trial. Very comfortable, no obligation. List your business and start getting the results and enjoy the benefits of Yelp Business. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone is bringing you foreign languages. Learn from the experts, choose your plan to get started, sign up today. New Year is coming, and if your New Year resolution is learning a foreign language, Rosetta Stone is the choice for you. Rosetta Stone is offering you a long list of foreign languages: French, Italian, German, Chinese, Greek, Turkish, Polish, Portuguese, Vietnamese, and many more languages are available for you to get started today. Scan the QR code on the screen and sign up for Rosetta Stone and enjoy the learning experience of foreign language. Thank you very much. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Gemini Trust. Gemini makes crypto simple. Find, trade, and buy over 70 different coins, including Bitcoin and Solana, on the best cryptocurrency platform. Gemini Trust. Start trading crypto here. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and start signing up today. Because they have a great customer service, you can reach out to them and get assistance 24/7. Scan the QR code and start trading crypto on Gemini. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Opus Virtual Offices. Opus is offering you more than 600 different locations in the US. It is $99 a month. This includes prestigious business address, professional live call answering, personalized call transferring, business phone number, local phone number, professional mail services, voicemail converted to email. I have the QR code on the screen. You can sign up for Opus today. Opus is offering you hundreds of locations in the US that you can pick, any of them that you like. And you can start having your virtual office today. Please scan the QR code and start using Opus virtual offices today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Invicta Watches. Invicta Watches are known for their stylish design for men, women, as well as for unisex watches. When you scan the QR code on the screen, it will take to their online store and you can start shopping right away. When you go to the Invicta store website, you'll see watches in different collections for men, for women, different colors, different designs, as well as different sizes. There are hundreds of watches that you can see and you can pick from. Because it's end of the year, you'll also enjoy the benefits of their end of the year promotions and discounts. True story, I'm an Invicta fan. I've been using Invicta for many years. I have more than 10 Invicta watches in my wardrobe. This is one of them that I like. The style is pretty cool. I use these pretty much weekly basis. I have another one that I use on my wrist. This one is pretty cool. This one is called Shutter. I can change the face just by turning the buttons, and I can have different style of watches pretty much every day. Because it's pretty business looking, I can actually wear this with my business outfit as well. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. I'm sure you'll like Invicta watches. They have great styles and different colors as well as different technologies such as quartz, mechanical, automatic, and other watches are also available for your liking and for your choice. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. Thank you very much for your support. Support for the show comes from Anywhere Apps by Kerr Consulting, now Cherry Beckert. Anywhere Apps are business software products designed for small and mid-sized organizations. They are ready to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Today, I like to promote Asset Management Anywhere. Asset Management Anywhere is a CMMS software system. CMMS stands for Computerized Machine Maintenance Management System. It is designed to help you manage your assets. Your assets may be your machinery, equipment, your buildings, trucks. You can register all of them on Asset Management Anywhere. Asset Management Anywhere comes with unlimited asset management capabilities. There is no limit, there is no upcharge. Moreover, you can perform your break and fix, preventive and predictive machine maintenance management operations on Asset Management Anywhere. If you have a fleet of trucks, you can also manage maintenance operations on Asset Management Anywhere. If you are performing facility management for plumbing, electrical, and other facility management needs, you'll also enjoy the benefits of Asset Management Anywhere. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code to learn more about Asset Management Anywhere and Anywhere apps in general. There is more. I have a direct email for you. You can send me an email at kevin@kerconsulting.com to ask your questions, also to schedule a demo, and I'll be happy to coordinate it with Team Anywhere Apps to show you the systems as well as address your questions. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and I hope you enjoy Anywhere Apps. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being with me in the American Business Podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I learned a lot. I hope you also learned something new today in the American Business Podcast. If you'd like to be a guest, please send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. We also welcome advertisers and sponsorship from companies and organizations. If you'd like to promote your company, your products and services, and advertise in the American Business Podcast, please send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much for being with me in the American Business Podcast. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the coming the American Business Podcast episodes. The American Business Podcast is the voice of American business. Thank you very much.